Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome along to Good Afternoon Rabble here on the Rangers Rabble Network podcast and part of the Talk Sport Fan Network as well. How are we? How is everybody today? I'm a little sore. Played my first game at 11s in 20 odd year yesterday. Lasted 20 minutes, 25 minutes actually, and then it's rolling subs. So I came on at right back for the last 10, 15 minutes. So I'm a little bit sore today. I won't tell you what part of me is sore, as Bryan has warned me not to. So I won't tell you. But hello, everybody. Welcome. It feels like it's been a long weekend. Even though we played on Saturday, it does feel like a bit of a long weekend. Bryan is joining me, as you can see, with his Tiger Woods golf t-shirt on. Bryan, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Certainly didn't play like Tiger Woods, that's for sure. No, it was a lovely morning, actually. It was really nice. Just played a round, so afternoon off. I'm on holiday this week, so looking forward to the week.
Wait, what? You're
Yes, but you've seen the schedule. I've said none to above. I'm not committing to anything.
I'll get you on. Some shows this week, Bryan. Don't you worry.
No doubt.
There's loads to talk about, Bryan. We could go back over the game if you want. We could talk about some individual performances, Martin's style of play. But I think we have to start. And I think I might have got the wrong picture in the thumbnail. Antman is apparently on his way to Ibrox. He's got the ability to make himself really small and then back again just to confuse the opposition. But no, Oliver Antman. It's obviously not how you pronounce it. Let's be honest.
No,
I can't wait to find out how to actually properly pronounce it. But apparently, we have beat off Sheffield United, Bryan, for this guy's signature.
Yeah, from Go Ahead Eagles, I believe, which is obviously in the Eredivisie in Holland. So yeah, Finnish boy. We've been very good with Finnish players in the past, haven't we? Jonathan Johansson's, and we signed Morelos obviously from Finland as well. So it's been a good place for us to sign guys. So seems very well thought of. Again, this is a position that we've been crying out for as long as you could imagine. So it's nice to see that the head coach is now finally hopefully going to start filling this right wing role, because as everybody knows, Dowell's certainly not a right winger. He'll try his best, but we need pace on the wings. We need guys that are going to take on fullbacks and get the ball in the box. So it's nice to be seeing the manager going for the head coach. I keep calling it manager, but he's the head coach.
He's the manager.
Yeah. It's just nice to see us going for a position that we've been badly needing for a long, long time, because I think everybody probably agrees that the last sort of real right winger we've had was probably Candace. So it's as far back as that. So yeah, it's a position we've been crying out for a long time. So it's nice to be seeing, hopefully, as rumours look like, he's incoming. So it's good.
Yes. Just very quickly, Bryan, was it Trump you were playing golf with?
No, I binned him off. Sorry, Donald. I couldn't fit you in, so no, it wasn't Donald.
Have you got a better golf swing than Donald, Bryan?
Oh, I think everybody's got a better swing than Donald Trump. I mean, have you seen it? It's all over the place. It's like an octopus. It's like an octopus dancing.
It's a pretty bad golf swing, to be fair.
Terrible.
Right, okay, so who is Oliver Antman? Well, he was born in Vantaa in Finland. He's 23 years old. Apparently, he's going to cost Rangers, Bryan, in excess of £5 million. He's a right winger who's capable of operating on the opposite flank or in an attacking midfield position. Again, and this is the start for me, right? I mean, he's right-footed, but he can also play with his left. But he's 6'1", Bryan. Another player we're going after that's tall.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody will like this. This we've lacked height in our team for a good while. We haven't had big guys in our team for many a year, and it's finally good. Probably since the Walter Smith sort of went just before he left, because we had a big team then with Bugera, Weir, McCulloch, Yelovich, Lafferty. So it's been a good while since we've had a really tall team. And as we've been bullied off ball. We've been bullied off the ball and just centre halves. I mean, St Mirren strikers, Motherwell strikers, Dundee strikers have just bullied our centre halves, and that shouldn't happen. That really just should not happen. So it's nice to see the manager going after a bit of height for a change and mixing it up, obviously, because you've got Lyle Cameron who's quite slight and Raskin and Cameron. So you need a mix. You need some wee guys that are quite quick, obviously, and tricky, and then you need the guys that are obviously there to have a bit of muscle and a bit of presence. So no, I'm quite quietly pleased with this one. So we'll just see. But as I say, we've been very fortunate in the Finnish market before. So hopefully this is another one.
Well, obviously it's not been announced. So until it's announced, then it might not happen. I mean, it's looking as if it will, but it might not. So I'll be happy if it does. But we're not getting too ahead of ourselves. But when you get a rumor like this isn't your usual rumor, Brian. This isn't your all right. We're interested in this player. This is bids have been accepted. The player wants to come, etc., etc. So that's why I've looked a wee bit more into. I'm going to call him Oliver, right? So I've looked a wee bit more into Oliver than I usually would. And what I'm taking from his style of play, explosive, likes to take players on. He's quick. He likes to beat the defender. And he's got an end product, Brian. 6 goals, 15 assists in the Eredivisie last season. Martin's got a clear style that he wants from his wingers. And it seems to be that ability to take a man on and beat him, which I think we have really struggled with. We talk about this low block, Brian, that seems to be it's been our kryptonite.
Yes.
Marvel reference. Our kryptonite for so long. If we've got a winger on both sides of the pitch who like to take on players and beat them, that's something that we have been screaming for a long, long time.
Absolutely. If you've got weapons on the wing that you can have pace, there's nothing worse, I could imagine, as you would maybe testify to a fullback position, a fast player coming at you, because that can't be good. It's, a fullback with a quick winger coming at you, it must be horrendous because you don't know which way he's going to go. He can go inside, lots of wingers can go inside or outside. They like to, jink inside and get a shot off. So fullbacks absolutely hate this, a quick winger coming at them. So yeah, this is, as you say, this is something we've been screaming out for such a long time, and it's been I think a big bugbear of the Rangers support for a long, long time that we haven't went after proper wingers and guys that can take on fullbacks and get past them, and as you say, have an end product. I think that's been the big problem for us for a long time. It's been the end product that hasn't been good enough. We've had plenty of guys that have maybe shown a good bit of pace, but the end product's the big thing, and we just haven't had that for such a long time.
Can I just say, Brian, and I hope that there's no young people watching what I'm about to say next. If there is young people watching, please close your ears just for 2 minutes.
You're going to do it, aren't you?
And then you can come back in a wee second, right? I've finally found out who the virgins are in your comment section, Brian. And I'll tell you for why. It's a DC reference, Martin. That's a DC reference. DC. I'm a clown because I don't know it. DC. Right. I want to let you in a little secret, folks. Nobody cares if it's Marvel or DC because normal, regular people who have regular girlfriends and don't know the difference, right?
Martin, you're treading on thin ice here. You're treading on thin ice. Don't upset the Marvel and DC people.
I'm just saying. Look, Jordy, you must have adopted, right? If you've got kids, because nobody who's ever seen a woman naked knows the difference between Marvel and DC. Right, let's just be honest. Right, right. Trying Scotsman's been a member for 19 months.
I think our Craig will maybe have a bit of a word with you about that. He likes his comic books.
The kid's not his. Right, the Trying Scotsman member for 19 months. Can you wish my friends on their marriage, Scott? And I have to bring that up because it's a highlighted comment, Brian.
Yeah.
And the Trying Scotsman knows exactly what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows exactly. Yes.
Yes. This has quickly descended into chaos this afternoon, Rabble, Brian.
You dared touch the light the blue touch paper with that comment about who cares if it's Marvel or DC.
Can I just say I'm 5'8", right? 5'8", AG, right? And I didn't know, I didn't know the difference between Marvel and DC because I've got a life. Let's be honest. I'll even put my neck out on a limb, right, and say that Marvel is rubbish. It's not as the greatest living director Scorsese said. It's not real films. It's hobgoblin nonsense. Marvel. Um, so there we
Martin,
go.
you've not only treaded on the thin ice, you've fallen right through it.
Have I smashed through it? Have I
You've
smashed
smashed
through it?
right through it. You're going to get absolute pelters now.
Probably. I'll get pelters anyway. To be honest with
Aye,
you.
true.
DC stands for Detective Comics. Marvel are only miles ahead, Sniper, because there's nothing else in the cinema. It's a load of nonsense. Thank you, William. William agrees with me. William's got many children, so William agrees with me. Right. So let's get back to Rangers, shall we? Right.
Yes.
I don't like Chips Harris. They're disgusting. I'm looking at this possible front three once they're all fit and up. If Igaman stays, you could have Kasama on the left, Brian. You could have DC Comics on the right, Igaman through the middle, Asgard playing behind them with a midfield of what Raskin, Rothwell. I mean, what a difference to a team.
Yes, the options are now starting to mount, and I think our group chat has gone a bit berserk this morning because I think I shared the picture of how many is actually in our squad currently. And, I think Willie Irvin's been going on about it all last week about the size of the squad. It's astronomical. That you could take 10 out of our squad and still have extra. It's just madness how many's in our squad. So, yeah, that's good. I mean, Proper's finally gone. It looks as though Yilmaz is possibly off as well. I've seen that reports that, Besiktas are wanting him. So, yeah, it's just mental. It's so top heavy. We need to get rid of, as I say, you could easily cut 10 out of that squad and you wouldn't miss them. So there's lots of guys in that squad that are on big wages that aren't contributing, and Russell Martin will be fully aware of that. He'll have identified the players that he wants to have around the place and keep and want to contribute to the team, and then he'll obviously see the guys that aren't contributing and look at their wages and probably gasp at what they're actually on. So it's going to be but as I said to you, in our group chat earlier today, it's all very well saying you're wanting to get rid of people. The problem we've got is it's getting teams interested in these players, because obviously if we're wanting rid of players, then they've not done very well. So obviously the quality of the team that are wanting them aren't as good. And then you've got the problem of some of the wages that these guys are on. Matondo, for example, on 26,000 a week. I mean, trying to get a team to take on his wages, teams are just going to balk at some of the the wage demands, and it's entirely up to the player. They're not just going to take less wage, because it's very unusual for a player to take a lower wage and move, but it's going to be extremely difficult, I think, for Rangers to get these guys out of the building and off the wage bill, because some of them just won't move. They're on mid-20s thousand a week, and they're just going to think, well, I'm just going to cream this and sit here. So it's going to be extremely difficult to get some of these guys off the wage bill. I think it's going to be a tough task.
Yeah, and just final word on DC and Marvel. Singing the Blues encapsulates it perfectly. It's like Bill and Ben with superpowers. So that encapsulates it absolutely perfectly. Do you think that's one of the main reasons, Brian? And this is a conversation that we've not had for a long, long time. Do you think that's one of the reasons why the owners went with Elwell? Because of the work that he'd done at Everton when Everton were going through all their troubles. Now, I get it. It's easier to sell players from a Premier League team, even if they haven't worked. And it's easy to get maybe half decent or decent fees for them. It's a lot harder to do that in Scotland. But do you think that's maybe why the owners have come in and they've obviously looked at the squad and they've looked at the players and they've probably spoke with Barry, they've had their consultants in, and they've went, we have a lot of players here who we need to get rid of, and we can't just cancel every one of their contracts.
No.
What director of football, what CEO, what technical director can we bring in to help that transition? And they've obviously looked at Thelwell at Everton and went, that's our man.
I think you're perfectly correct. I think they've seen he's had a track record of, dealing with guys maybe not wanted at clubs and wanting to move them on. So that's part of the reason why they've brought him in, because that's one of his skills. They appreciate that he had a difficult job at Everton, and as you say, moves that didn't quite work out, and he's been the sort of the troubleshooter to sort of deal with these problems. And it's been, he's obviously been, I mean, that's part of his job, getting rid of players, but also obviously he's got to deal with, players coming in also, and the goings on at the club daily. But I mean, I think one of his strengths is obviously, as you say, getting rid of guys that are not needed at clubs and finding teams that are wanting them, offering them out. And we might have to take a hit on a few of these guys transfer wise. We might not get the fees. In fact, we probably won't get anywhere near the fees we paid with a lot of these guys. But it's almost like, all right, okay, we'll take the hits on the fees as long as we get the wages off the bills. So, and then that'll be the clean slate moving forward. I think once they start getting these guys that are top heavy wages that are not getting, we're not getting value for money for. At least then, when we move forward, the wages will be slightly more under control. As in, the new guys that like Gassama and Lyle Cameron and all these guys that have come in this summer, their wages won't be as inflated as some of these guys that we've had in the past. So it's unfortunately it's Thelwell and the board having to deal with past board's decisions.
Yeah, and let's just hope they make the correct decisions so that we're not sitting here at this time next season, Bryan, having exactly the same conversations. But it just feels different. And I know you can probably pull up 4 or 5 videos where I've said the same, but it really, really does feel different this time. We're going for players who are a little bit higher in value, a little bit better reputational-wise. It just feels different. Brian Scotsman, just quickly, Brian, Brian Scotsman's gifted a Rangers Rabble membership. Thank you very much, Brian Scotsman. As much as he winds us up, he's a massive supporter of the channel. So thank you very much.
Who got it? Was it your pal Lyndon? No,
Lyndon's not that lucky. It was Leo Heggie.
There we go.
As long as it wasn't London, I'm happy.
I thought that would please you. No, I mean, it's just the fact that we're, they've obviously came in and they've realised these guys that have come in have dealt with Leeds. Maybe they went into Leeds was exactly the same. Leeds was maybe a bin fire in the sense that they went in and wages were extremely high and they paid a lot of money. So they've maybe realised, right? We can sort Rangers because we've dealt with this before at Leeds. So this board and the sporting director and all these guys that have come in have thought, right, we've done this before, we can fix this. So it's just nice to see us operating properly now and trying to get things under control and sort the mistakes that have been happening in the past, because we've just got to move so many guys on. But it'll be a trying time for Thelwell and the board till the 31st of August, until the window shuts, or the 1st of September. So it could be
September this year.
What date?
13th of September.
13th, is it? I thought it was the 1st. It's going to be a difficult one for Thelwell to shift these guys on, because, as I say, wages high. They're obviously not doing much at us. They're not playing, so it's going to be a hard sell to get rid of them. Because normally, when you sell guys, they've done well and you can get a decent fee. But getting rid of guys that aren't playing, aren't contributing big wages, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, it very much is. It very much is. Right. Okay, let's do this one, right? Rangers 55 channel member. We're going to talk about Mikey Moore, Martin. Now, I've done a bit of reading up, and I've obviously got him mixed up, I think, with somebody who was playing it in Spurs last season because they were short of players. And I thought Mikey Moore was a centre back, right? But he's not, he's a left winger.
Were you thinking of the boy Van Veen or something? Michael
No, no,
Van
no.
Hoven.
No, the really young boy that was playing for Tottenham last
Oh,
season, who had
Archie Gray,
taken
was
in.
it? Was it
Archie
Archie
Gray,
Gray?
that's it. That's obviously the one I was getting mixed up with. Now, why this confuses me a little bit, Brian, is I know it's going to be a long season. I know there's going to be
Mhm.
plenty of games, right? But on that left-hand side, we've got Gassama and Finlay Curtis.
Mhm.
Bringing in a 17-year-old on loan, who is also a left winger, for me, that's a little bit worrying. I could be reading too much into it, Brian, and the comments could tell me that I'm talking nonsense and that this boy's a really good player and etc. 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 But I want Finlay to do well this season, and I want Finlay to get minutes when he deserves them, when he needs them, when the manager feels that he needs them. And if we bring in, albeit he could be, you know, he could be our player of the season. I don't know, but if we bring in Mikey Moore at 17, who plays in the left wing, I just fear that that might hurt Finlay's chances.
Hmm. I think Finlay has done enough in pre-season to to nail. He's certainly going to be in and he started in the European game against Panathinaikos. So I don't think we have to worry about Finlay Curtis's game time this year. I think he's a nailed on. He'll be in and around the starting team regularly this season. I don't think we have to really worry about Finlay now. I think he's convinced the manager now that he's up to playing for Rangers. I think he's up to playing week in, week out. And obviously, he won't play every game, but I think that Finlay will play a decent amount of games this year. I would expect him to play anything between 20 and 30 games this season, easily. I think certainly, he scored in Europe. He's done really well in the preseason as well. So I don't think we have to worry about Finlay. I think he'll be okay. He'll be in and around the starting lineup fairly regularly, starting more often than not. And I think the manager's been encouraged with him in training, and he's liked what he's seen. So I don't think we have to really worry about Finlay's chances. I think he'll be perfectly okay. I'm quite comfortable with Finlay's status in the squad. I'm not really too concerned.
Right. I've got a lot of time for Iron. It's a name I struggle to say. Iron Blue, right? He makes a lot of good points, and he's been a big supporter of the channel. And he's been in the comments for a long time. However, I think that might be his worst comment ever. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Curtis has done the square root of bugger all. He's scored all the way through pre-season. He's gelled into the team, and he's scored a massive, massive goal against Panathinaikos.
Yeah.
Not really sure how that equates to the square root of bugger all. Now, listen. It might be that we start the league season and 5 or 6 games in, he's really struggling. He's not doing really that well, and he needs to be brought out of the team, or he comes on and he doesn't do well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ah, right. Okay. I was going to say that. That was a weird comment for you, Ryan. It
Yeah,
really
okay.
was.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
He's
Fair play.
redeemed himself.
He has redeemed himself. Either that, or he realised his mistake and then went, "I'm going to need to change this. I'm going to need to change this."
It was going to be the Homer Simpson meme and go back into the hedge.
Yes, yes, but no, Finlay Curtis has done superb, and I really, really do hope. No, I don't forgive you, Iron. I don't forgive you. I really, really do hope that he takes his chance. Brian? Sorry, Brian. I was just going to say his other point though on Rice. It's not looking good for Rice right now.
No, it really isn't. I think we were all quite hopeful last season when he started at Man United away. Came on as a half-time sub away at Manchester United, and he seemed to do really well in that game. And then he played, I believe, the home game after Manchester United and got a head knock.
Yeah.
Didn't he? So that, after that sort of 45 minutes against Manchester United, and then he started the next European game, you were kind of thinking, right, this is a great chance for Bailey to get in this first team and stamp down and nail down a place. But he really hasn't kicked on after that. And as you say, it is worrying how he's stagnated and he hasn't sort of got on and featured more. So it can't be a coincidence that consecutive managers haven't selected him and haven't played him regularly. So it is worrying now. I feel sorry for
Bailey. Brian, he has time. He has time.
Yes, yeah, he's a young lad still, so it's not like you don't want to be shutting the door on him right now. But when he looks across the city and sees his mate Lennon Miller and what he's done at Motherwell, he must be thinking, "Gee whiz, did I make the right move?" Because if he had stayed at Motherwell, I guarantee he'd have played 50 plus games for Motherwell by now. And goodness knows, he might be on the same sort of path as Lennon Miller, maybe not, but he's probably starting to rue that move now because Rangers and signing players, youth players, and getting them on, it just hasn't worked. So yeah, you've got to start worrying for Rice now. Really got to start worrying. I mean, what's your
And
opinion on Finlay? I mean, do you think Finlay's status in the squad's fine?
yes, yes, I really do. But I'll always admit I'm biased. I'm extremely biased when it comes to young Scottish players, and I don't apologise for it. But
No.
I would give Rice more time than I would somebody who was signed with a fancy foreign name. I would give Rice more time to get
Mhm.
back into the team. I think Finley's more than earned an opportunity. You've still got to take that opportunity, Brian, and you've still
Mhm.
got to continue to perform. You can't just say, "Oh, I've done well in pre-season, I've done well in a European qualifier," and then tail off and just live
No.
off that. You can't do that. You've got to improve. You've got to keep going, and you've got to earn your right in the team. But I think Finley's done more than enough. He's done more
Oh,
than enough to
yeah.
start or come on against Motherwell. He's done more
Yeah.
than enough to start or come on against Panathinaikos. I don't think he starts both games,
No.
because I do think that we've seen throughout history of football that the majority, not all, but the majority of young players, if you play them too much, it hinders them. Injured, they start picking up injuries. They've got to be managed correctly. They've got to be
Yes.
managed correctly. Because I can tell you for a fact that Finlay will be saying to Russell Martin, I'll play every minute of every game.
Yeah.
Every minute of every game. I'll play every minute of every bounce game, every minute of every friendly, every minute of every cup game. He just wants to play every single second that he can for Rangers.
Yes.
And I don't need to tell. Here's me, who lasted 25 minutes at an overweight 11s game, right? I don't need to tell Russell Martin how to manage the team, but he's just got to manage them correctly. And I've got every faith that they will, Brian.
Absolutely. As you say, it's the joy of youth, isn't it? They're just buzzing and wanting to play every minute of every second of every game, as you say. But it's perfectly correct to say that at the same time you've got to watch and not burn them out and not do too flog them too much. Because we've done that in the past with players. We've asked them to go to the well too many times, and they've paid the price. Morelos, that was a prime example. He was flogged, played when he was injured, and then never got the same Morelos back. So we've just got to be careful with Finlay. He's done well, and he's got a bright future. But at the same time, as you say, manage his minutes. Take him. Timothy's absolutely spot on. Man City, with Foden. I mean, everybody was screaming for him to play, and Pep was like, "No, it's fine. I've got it under control." And then look at Foden. Produced. I think it was the Premier League Player of the Year one year, wasn't he? So, you know, no, it is just about managing his minutes and being sensible with how many minutes he gets. Because as you say, he wants to play every minute of every game, but that's just not physically possible. So you've just got to manage him and pick the right moments to play him.
Yes, absolutely. And somebody's asking if there's any footage of the game I was playing yesterday. Yes, there is. I'm not telling you. I don't think you'll be able to get it. It was recorded by the other team. It was the semi-final of a pre-season cup, by the way. And I'm sitting in the dressing room before the game. I've had one training session, right? One training session, um, and I hurt my groin in training, right? I overstretched for the ball, and it was a wee bit sore. I didn't tell the coach. Um, and we done you do that wee kind of 5-10 minute warm up where you go between the cones and it's like they kick your arse and then knees up and blah blah blah. And they said, right, for the last one, you go to the end of the cones and then a full sprint back, and that's us, and then go and stretch. I done the full sprint back and I just felt it, and I went, oh no, oh no. And then
Honestly,
within 5 minutes of the game starting, their right winger picks it up. I'm like, all right, this is my chance to shine. I goes over to close him down right through my legs. And off he went and they scored.
woo-hoo. What was it? When the winger
So,
did put it through your legs, it's the old woo.
and of course, I turned and tried to run back, and it felt as though I was towing a caravan. But there we go. But it's only got to get better. It's only got to get better, hopefully.
You're
It
brave.
didn't
That's
help.
what I'll say. You're very brave.
It didn't help, right? That after 25 minutes, I'm like that, right? I need to come off. I was knackered as well, right? I need to come off. 20 years, Brian, since I've played an 11-a-side game. I need to come off, and I'm standing there, right? And the two coaches are talking to another player. Another player's talking about this guy in midfield, and he's like, "Do you know what? See the way he carries the ball and passes the ball. He could solve all our problems at left back." And I'm standing there going,
Oh,
"Hello, hello, I'm right here."
25
I
minutes
played
was enough to 25 minutes was enough to convince them that you're not the man.
25 minutes was enough for them to realise that I'm just rubbish. I think was that. Right. We've got a super chat in here from the Tried Scotsman. My name is Lennon Miller. Trying. I'm not even going to read that out. Right.
That's terrible.
That is a ridiculous take. Right. A ridiculous take, trying. I know what you're trying to do. Get it? Trying, Scotsman. I know what you're trying to do. Thank you for the support, though. Thank you for
He's
the support.
turning into the new Charles, isn't he?
He's frying man up, is what he's doing. He's frying man up. Look at this, Martin Red Van Douglas. Look at this.
Yeah, that's here. To be fair, that is a good comparison.
Well, listen, I came on me 10 minutes to go and they put me at right back. They didn't even put me back at left back, and I'm all left footed. And they're like that, right, Martin? We need you to go in at right back, and I played better at right back than I did at left back. How's that even possible?
Oh dear. Red Van played right back as well. So yeah, there's comparisons there, Martin.
I done better than Red Van at right back though. To be fair, the forward I was up against when I came on was absolutely knackered as well. So we just kind of held each other's hand and went, we'll get through this together.
They picked the weak player and thought, right, we'll put Martin on him and make him look good.
Yes, and build my confidence, and yes, there we go. But that will do is for this afternoon rabble, folks. Like I said, look, there's loads to talk about that will be discussed tonight at 7:30 on the main show. It's myself, Stuart, and Alan Brown. There we go. So it is a good lineup tonight. Oh, Posh Stuart.
Posh Stuart. Right.
Yes. Very posh. And I should actually, I've lost it now, but it was a comment for Trev that said, if you don't like DC, you'll hate my YouTube channel. Well, Trev, get it in the comments, your YouTube channel, and we'll have a wee look, and I'll tell you how bad it is. How about that? I might be on time tonight, and guess what I'm doing after the show tonight, Brian?
Training.
Yes, going to the gym. I'm going to the gym.
And you've hurt your groin and you're going to the gym.
Well, the only way to make it better is to make it stronger, Brian.
Not when you've injured it. It needs rest.
Yeah, maybe.
That's not how. Have you been going to the Rangers physio?
The previous one, yeah.
The previous one, yeah. That's not how injuries repair. You rest repairs injuries.
Well, they might do the magic coffee. So
well, yeah.
But what I'm planning on doing, Brian, is final game of the season, right? We need to win the league and get promoted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to invite everybody who watches the Rabble to come along and support me.
You might regret that.
Telling you, I want banners, I want flags, I want, oh, Martin, you're the greatest. Oh, Martin.
Well, you know the exact opposite's going to come up, don't you?
Well, actually, Woodalus, your first point about getting the Morning Rabble on Patreon, I thought I had, and I've obviously set it to the wrong day, so I'll go back and sort that right now. But I did use Deep Heat, and it didn't go well. It didn't go.
There's the ice. There's the ice version of Deep Heat.
Yes, I've heard.
That's good. I've used that before.
Oh, context? No, don't tell me. Right, folks, that will do us for today. Thank you so much for all the support. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Look, the Afternoon Rabble is what it is. We discuss the latest Rangers news. We try and have a wee bit of a laugh. build a wee bit of a community. The serious stuff's for tonight at 7:30 because we've got Stuart Feasco Bride on, and you've got to be serious when Stuart's on.
Yeah, no messing around with him, is there?
No messing about with Stuart. No messing about with Stuart at all. So, folks, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help us out on YouTube. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that sort of social media stuff. Bryan, my friend, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin. Nice to see everybody.
I'm off to have a chocolate croissant for my lunch.
Is this the diet going well, is it?
Yeah, but I can't lose too much weight because then I'm out of the team. So I've got to balance.
Well, this is it. So you're going to lose enough weight that's put you on the brink and then just keep it there.
Yes. So I can be that marauding wingback. Absolutely. Right, folks, go and enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon, and we'll see you all tonight, right here, 7:30.